Hello, you wonderful people. For today's video, I want to talk about the Japanese anime and manga series To Love Ru. Like always, this isn't a review, it's just me talking about a series that I really liked and recommend you check out for yourself. To Love Ru is a comedy, sci-fi, romance series about a normal high schooler named Rito who's led a pretty normal life until he meets an alien princess named Layla from the planet Devilu. Layla has run away from her home planet as a way of getting away from the husband candidates that her father has chosen for her. But after a series of events, Rito's name is thrown in as a possible husband candidate as well. But afterwards, Rito more often than not finds himself in a situation where he's facing off against these husband candidates who wish to remove him from the situation, easiest way by killing him. Aliens looking to kill him, engaged to an alien princess, all while in love with a girl named Haruna who has no idea about his feelings. Rito just can't seem to catch a break. A very interesting thing about this series is that the plot I just mentioned earlier, particularly the husband candidate aspect, is kind of only there at the beginning parts of the series, because after a certain event happens, no spoilers, that part of the storyline kind of disappears a little bit. Granted, I did say a little bit because that part of the storyline melds in with other bits of the story as it progresses. It's part of the storyline, but it doesn't become the main focus like it is in the beginning. Because the story from that point on kind of focuses more on Rito's relationship with all the different girls that find their ways into his life, whether they be human girls or whether they be aliens or somewhere in between, which is where a lot of the comedy in this series comes from, where you have Rito who's stuck in this uncomfortable, awkward and sticky situation, having to find a way out of it. And then you have the romantic side, which plays a huge part in the story itself too, as well. As I said, the story itself becomes more focusing on the fact of all his relationships with all the different girls in his life. And it's very interesting to see those relationships develop, because there's certain characters who don't like Rito at all. They kind of look at him as a pervert in the beginning, but as the series goes on, they kind of start seeing him in a new light. And it's very funny and interesting to see that transition from not liking him to possibly having feelings for him. I mean, truth be told is, I think every single character has in their mind is already like that about Rito. They have Rito in their mind one way and then it changes later on. I think every single character is like that. I never really noticed that before until just thinking about it now. On the topic of all the girls in his life, I may not have experience with a lot of anime and manga, but this series has literally one of the biggest harems I have ever seen in a series. Granted, there's one series that I'm slightly familiar with that might have more. And along with the harem, this is hands down probably one of, if not the itchiest series I have ever seen. And what's crazy about that is because as the series progresses, it eventually gets even itchier, which you might be thinking to yourself, no, that's not possible. Trust me, it's possible. At the time of me recording this video, To Love Ru is still ongoing. The original manga is complete with a total of 18 volumes, while its sequel manga, To Love Ru Darkness, is still ongoing and is currently at 15 volumes. There are also quite a few anime adaptations as well. There's one that covers stuff from the original manga, there's a couple OVAs, and there's at least 2 anime series that is connected to stuff from To Love Ru Darkness. So if you are curious about checking out the anime, just look it up and make sure you're watching everything in the right order. But that's about it for this video. Until the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.